Well, hello. So I decided to do a little podcast for you with a couple topics that have been, running around in my brains. One of the most important things, not the most important things, but most recently, Spider-Man. I saw it. I liked it. Basically, what I like what Marvel is doing. It's all about inclusion. I loved it. It's a beautiful love story. Spider-Man and MJ. It was really cinematic, worth it. Totally recommend it. Highly recommend it. Thumbs up. Excited for the MCU. Then we've got the Sex and the City reboot, and then that would happen with the and the huh. And at first I was like, I like it, and then people were like, oh, Peloton, and I was like, oh, Peloton, and then Peloton was like, well, we have a commercial, and I was like, hey. So, and then the hearing in the news, and then I was like, ugh. you know? But I was like, okay. So I like it. I think it's dealing with a lot of issues that a lot of people are dealing with. And I think it's really allowing them to deal with them through a funny aspect. I think it's very well acted. I think it's just very timely as people are changing. And I think that people need kind of like a setting and an understanding as to where they need to go in life and what they need to do. So I really appreciate that show. So it's one of my faves. I didn't see the original Sex and the City, so I'm not very familiar with a lot of the other stuff, but I like this one. So, yeah, I do. Then we've got Ben Affleck. So, a lot of people are talking about Ben Affleck and the whole interview, and he went on Jimmy Kimmel and all that other stuff. Mr. Jazzy's around here. And so, my thoughts are I've always had an issue with the tabloids. I've always had an issue with tabloids in supermarkets. I think that especially with kids needing education, we can definitely put up educational books in there that parents can purchase for their kids rather than having tabloids. I think we need to, as a society, move away from talking about the personal life of individuals. It's really painful. I think that this one kind of hit home a little bit more than the others because I love Jennifer Gardner. I think if you follow Jennifer Gardner, you realize how much of an amazing, fun individual she is. She's both funny. She's a great actress. She's very good at stunts, action. She's just an all-around really great human being and an inspiration to humanity. And to a lot of degrees, so is Ben Affleck. I know that he's had his issues and ups and downs. And, you know, who hasn't? And I think that, in his struggles, I think a lot of people still look up to him because he's able to overcome those elements and really follow his heart and perhaps be with the person that he was supposed to be with in the first place. I don't know. I don't know the whole story. And that's kudos to them. I'm just going to celebrate his choice, and that's awesome, and leave their kids out of it. That's what I say, right? Let's get tabloids off the supermarket shelves. Let's remove tabloids in general. Let's change our consciousness. But in the meantime, let's remove tabloids and replace them with educational books. So we've got that going. But let's go back to this. Why do we care about all these movies? And why do we care about movies? Why do we care? Because they give us that tingly feeling. That tingly feeling. Do you love that tingly feeling? I just saw Jazzy and I'm petting him. That's why I went like this. But that tingly feeling that you feel inspired, you feel like you can take on the day, you feel like, ooh. And I think a lot of us question, like, why do celebrities make so much money? Because they inspire us. These movies, and why is so much money being poured into the whole movie industry? It's like, because it inspires us. Could it be done in a different way? Could we feel the inspiration without having to see a movie? Maybe, perhaps. But, the movies are there. They're entertaining us while inspiring us to be a little bit more than who we are. That's why I love movies. Why do you love movies? Let me know in the comment section down below. And then, a lot of you have been looking for the Transformers videos. I'm working on it, It's coming, so don't worry. Paper Transformers, that's a whole other issue. There's just a lot of things that need to happen before I get back into the paper Transformers. But in the meantime, Transformers Breakdown, it's happening. And I want to leave you with a joke. Just, a random joke. No, actually, before the joke, I want to leave you with some consciousness. Do you love your neighbors? Do you know your neighbors? I think it's really good to get your neighbors' email addresses and to communicate with them and to converse and make friends. We've gone through a lot as a nation, as a world, and I think there's a great sense of separation and division. But when we build back together, we can be a stronger community. So I think we need to make the conscious effort to be able to reach out as much as we can while at the same time creating boundaries and understanding our place in humanity and what we're here to do. I say that because I was reading that from Monica Berg, who I give a little shout out to. Very inspirational on Instagram and Kabbalah in general. I love Kabbalah. Do a little video about the Kabbalah something later. But anywho, I want to leave you with a joke, and in Spanish. And so I was talking to my grandma. My grandma goes, "Do you comes quaker? Do you eat Quaker?" We call the thick Quaker oatmeal. We call it all oatmeal. We call it quaker. That's what we call it in Spanish, right? And I answer, I was like, "No como pato. I don't eat duck," because the duck goes quack quack. But in all honesty, oatmeal is really good for you. So let me know how you love oatmeal and how you eat your oatmeal, so maybe I'll try it on the YouTubes. What do you put in your oatmeal to make it delicious? Have you not tried oatmeal? They say it's good for your heart. Let me know in the comment section down below, because I'd like to try some oatmeal with you. All right, I wish you all a wonderful eternity, and thank you for following me. Thank you for watching. I truly appreciate being able to share and keep this in the universe for posterity as a means of art, as for what it is. I love you. Take care. I wish you a wonderful, wonderful eternity.